Wasabi gangsters, it's me, Chance, here to talk to you about another weekly update. And last week, as a model of consistency, I've been pretty good at putting videos out. But last week there was an exception. We did a celebration of the cover reveal of Mercy, Ill is the Fate. So I just put out a live stream talking with people who came in, and it was great. It was a good time. I'm grateful for all those people who stopped by. We opted for that instead of a writing update like I usually do every week. I did that on Friday, so if you guys missed that, the live stream is available to replay on the channel. But I'm here to talk to you about my current reading. I actually got a lot of reading done. The writing was more, the book updates for Mercy is more related to the weekend and the cover reveal, and there's some art coming in the future, so I'll get to that later. But first I'm going to talk about my reading, because I actually did chip away at Toll the Hounds a lot. Which, I mean, now let me tell you, that doesn't look like a lot, right? I read probably like 400 pages this week, which for me is a good amount. And all things considered, on the front of reading, I felt like I actually finally started giving more time to it. I just took a breather, gave more time to reading in this book because I really want to finish it. And I might be reading Empire of the Damned next. I know I said I was going to do some novellas. I actually might do the Tales of the Sun Eater before I do Empire of the Damned, but I do have in November, I believe the 8th, Jay Kristoff is coming to New York City. I think Daniel Green is going to be hosting, so I'm going to catch up to the Empire of the Vampire series, so that way when I go for Empire of the Dawn, if there's anything spoiler related talk for Empire of the Damned, I'm going to be caught up and I'm not going to ruin it for myself. So I am going to do that because that was unexpected. I will be reading Empire of the Damned next. Just as a heads up, I do have that. I should have probably brought that up here to talk about it for my quote-unquote TBR, because that is the next book, and then that and Tales of the Sun Eater Volume 4. But yes, so Toll the Hounds. I finally found like every Malazan book you get into, for the most part, I think between books, I think 6, 7, and then this one in particular, there's sort of this leveling off period where you need to find your footing. In some, I think I found it earlier, in others there is a bit of a lull. Here it wasn't so much of a lull as much as it was just me sort of figuring out the players on the board pretty early on. And I think just before the halfway point I was like, okay, like I finally remember what's going on, everything that's happening, and I'm at a point now where I'm hooked. I'm absolutely hooked. We are at roughly the 60% mark here. The Invisible Life of Adie Larue, which I'm also reading, I didn't really break too much ground on, so I'm not going to spend some time talking about that. I know that was an aside. But yeah, so Toll the Hounds, really loving it so far, really loving where this is going. The slow, I'll call them jabs, of a certain character's arc here and how the story is being portrayed, and sort of this odd framing structure is how I'll articulate it, is doing service to this story. It's paying dividends. I think early on it was a little bit jarring, considering just the different form of narrative I think that we were taking on in this story, but the character that's doing it makes a lot of sense. I'm particularly liking it. We get introduced to a character in earlier books that I really liked, and I'm glad that they're back, and Toll the Hounds is checking all the boxes. I think my enjoyment thus far for Toll the Hounds, as I get into the back 40% here, is ahead of Reaper's Gale for me. I don't think it beats out the Bone Hunters to this point quite yet, but it is ahead of Reaper's Gale if I were to do a tier ranking. So that's where I'm at my Malazan journey, everybody, currently. And then a little quick book haul before I go into the writing updates. Fevered Star, the subscription box. This is by Rebecca Roanhorse. It's the second book in the series that's going. I think it's a trilogy. This has actually just won the I want to say Hugo Award for Best Series, I believe. I hope I got that right. I hope I'm doing that justice. But the artwork on this, I mean, come on. Oh, unbelievable. So I picked this one up to match the Black Sun, the first book in the series. And so let's use this actually to smoothly transition into Mercy, Tears of the Fallen. There is 100 numbered and signed hardcovers with the naked hardback that is on the standard edition here, with the artwork done by Robert Trotia and all the art pieces inside. It's available for sale. I'll link it in the description below. You can go to Broken Binding's website, and it has an exclusive signed tip-in sheet. This is going to be exclusive to the Broken Binding edition. I wanted to give it something a little special, so there's a specific sheet inside that will be going inside of the signed hardcover that is unique to the Broken Binding edition, on top of the first 100 being numbered. They will all be signed, and there is a unique tip-in sheet. And if you go back to some of my live streams, I do a signing where I'm signing those tip-in sheets. But now they're available for pre-order on Broken Binding's website. We'll link that in the description below. It's actually really good. A lot of highlights. The Broken Binding sent out a newsletter for the indie book highlights, and I was below Ryan Cahill's of Empires and Dust and that 7-book set that they're selling. It's just really, it's kind of cool to be on that list in an email blast with them. It's absolutely an honor, and I just wanted to share that with you guys, because these moments of this stuff, as we go on this journey, that I think is really cool to share. The Ill is the Fate cover reveal did take a lot of bandwidth, not in a bad way, but it was a lot of posting, a lot of social media blasting and getting word out, and I was very grateful, very grateful for everybody who contributed to the cover reveal. Bel Montero, who does my jacket design, typography, he made this beautiful video. You can find it on I think YouTube, his YouTube channel I think has it as well. And amongst other things, SFF Insiders, FanFi Addict, there are so many people that contributed and shared, and I just want to share my gratitude to everybody who liked the post or whatever, saw the cover. The cover reveal was so cool. Again, another, like Patrick Leo, who again was so kind to share it over on socials, and yeah, I'm just incredibly grateful. The Ill is the Fate cover by Stuart Badge. If you guys haven't seen it, you guys can go on Amazon and pre-order the book now. We had a great sale over this past weekend, and the weekend was great in terms of outpouring. We made it to the number 3 in new releases for military fantasy. We made it to the top 9 for bestsellers in military fantasy for Ill is the Fate, a book that's not out yet. It comes out in March, and it's just really cool to see. I cannot express how grateful I am to everybody. It's just unbelievable, the outpouring of support from the community, and I am so grateful. I know I'm beating that like a dead horse, but it's true. It really is true. In terms of the actual writing updates for the book, Dave hasn't gotten back to me yet, so hopefully either this week or next we'll dive back into the manuscript for book 2. We're again only around 13 to 14,000 words for book 3 in terms of drafting. I did put that aside to focus on the cover reveal and all the social media blasts. It is one of those things I'm realizing that I do work a job regularly, day to day, which is slightly different than the way it was when I was in the military writing, because I was able to. That was my focus. There was no marketing. There was just me writing. I didn't have to worry about putting anything out there, marketing budget and spending and posts and all this stuff. And by the way, I'm again grateful for my sister too, who made some updates to the website. We have some really cool updates over on the website if you guys want. And I know I'm probably shilling a bit right now, but go to ChanceDillonAuthor.com. Just check out what my sister did. It is amazing. We're going to be highlighting community videos for reviews as they go up. So please email me when you post a video on YouTube if you do a review of Mercy, Tears of the Fallen, or Ill is the Fate in the future. And what we'll do is we'll highlight it on the homepage of ChanceDillonAuthor.com. I believe Indie Fantasy Club has the most recent video interview, and that's highlighted over there on the homepage. And the newsletter, of course, you can always sign up, get the first 4 chapters of Tears of the Fallen and the Blood Rebellion short story and in-universe short story for free. And then obviously all my weekly updates that I do where I write. I effectively do this, but I do it in a different way, more like a discovery writer. I sit down and I type, and I send out a newsletter every week. And it's actually kind of cathartic for me. It's a good reflection, a good bit of just like this is, and communicating with you guys has been really fun. There's a lot going on here. There's a lot happening in the near future here. We have the Book Ball Fantasy League with the Bearded Book Beast and a bunch of other indie authors and booktubers, and it's a fun time. And so Chris puts those updates every week on his channel, which is kind of fun to see. Yeah, I mean, the gala for Sun Eater next month is going to be a big highlight in November, and I'm really looking forward to. Oh, that was another one. Okay, sorry. To Ramble went and did fantasy news with Daniel Green, and they highlighted the cover reveal for Ill is the Fate, which is another bucket list item. Just it's absolutely crazy. I genuinely cannot believe it. So that's really it, guys. I know it's a lot of buzz and a lot of fun things happening, and I know it's not a lot of like actual drafting work and things like that. So there's not much there to report, unfortunately. Once we have book 2 back, my nose is on the grindstone. I will be on that computer for as long as I can be every day, the time that I have, and I will be editing to try and turn it back over to Dave for that second round of editing. And then there's some other developments on the art side that there's some that I can't talk about artistically, not just drawing, or painting or digital art in any way. That stuff is happening, okay? We have Robert Chotia, we have a piece that's done, finished. I released it over my Patreon for Room Board members. They saw it a couple weeks ago. I will be releasing it this weekend. So if you guys are seeing this video, go follow me on social media, go follow me on Patreon for the free whatever memberships that are there. You will see that artwork done by Robert Chotia. It is amazing, and I cannot wait to share. It's background on my phone. I cannot wait to share it with you guys. It's a contender for the naked hardcover, is all I'll say. And I will be posting that this weekend, so you guys can check that out. And then, what was I gonna say? Oh, I have another artist I'm commissioning for another piece for Ills the Fate. It's different than I had Kamahul for the initial piece with Harglon in the first book. I will be doing one with somebody else. I'll tell you. It's Andrew Molesky. I'm commissioning Andrew Molesky for another piece that will be going into Ills the Fate. And then there's some other side projects that we will be working on together. And then I found an artist who I just communicated with. This is very preliminary because in the future, the goal is to create a tabletop RPG with the Mercy universe. So I found an artist that I really like. I like the style for what I would like to create in a tabletop RPG in terms of like the artistic vision that I have for it. And I found an artist that I really like. I won't give the name yet because I don't want to spoil anything. When the time comes, you guys will know. And then there's something else going on with a fellow booktuber in the works in terms of some other artistic avenues. And that's all I'll say there. That's all I'm going to say there. I'm going to keep it pretty on the DL right now. There's just some fun things happening. There's some fun things in the works. The audiobook, I've been communicating with my person over at Tantor, who's been kind enough to reach out and communicate with me and has an open line of communication. It's great. We are talking back and forth a little bit here and there. And again, we're just kind of playing the waiting game right now because there is a queue, there is time that it takes to get these things done. So I'm just being patient as I can be. I'm very excited, obviously. So it's easier said than done. But yeah, I know this video is mostly Mercy updates, guys. So I'm grateful that you guys came to hang out and chat. If you did stick around at the end of this video, thanks so much. Hopefully we can have some more chats here in the future. And yeah, I'll do this every week. These awkward goodbyes aren't gone. They're here to stay. I do my 90-second social media video after all these. So I get up, down, and then I gotta get up again. It's like a song. What song is that? Doesn't matter. You guys are making this weird. No manga this week. Hopefully next week. I know. A lot of fun. All right, you guys.